focus is kind of, it's so particular there of what you can remember about races and how much you can remember.
It's tough because you tend to remember snapshots. You watch the video and then you watch the video again, and then before you know it, the video is what you remember of that race. So from your own perspective, each race you might remember one moment or a couple of moments, but you don't remember the whole thing, and they're really short races. But even, it's not just because time has passed. There were times where you would get on the track and you would race a Kieran, and you come to the track centre and you get taken off, and Jan or Ian or Shane would come over and they'd sort of discuss the tactics and say, well, what did you do right there, what did you do wrong? And you're like, I can't remember actually. Get the video, what did you do? Oh yeah, I did that wrong, yeah, fair enough. But you can't, you're living in the moment so much that when you make a mistake, when you do something right, it's almost like that's happened and it moves on and you're on to the next thing. Yeah. It's like a hurdle race. If you don't focus on the first hurdle when you get towards the last hurdle, it's just one thing at a time and living in the present.
Do you have a favourite medal or race or win?
Yeah, I would 100% said Athens in 2004. Winning your first Olympic gold medal, the moment you step on the podium and they say your name, and then after they say Olympic champion, you suddenly realise, I've done it, and that, no matter what happens now, I've got an Olympic gold medal, it's been worth it. And I never thought anything would match that, so I went to the World Championships the next year, and it didn't quite live up to it. I remember just thinking, this is the Olympics, and I struggled for motivation for about 2 years, and then, obviously the World Day Olympics in London in 2012 were just this huge opportunity. I was getting towards the end of my career, and to finish off your career when it's not a guarantee. I think people sometimes who aren't into cycling maybe watch the Olympics for 4 years and go, oh, we're good at cycling, we'll get a gold medal, where's the British person, they're going to win. But it's so tough, and there's so many things that can go right and go wrong. So it was touch and go whether I was going to make the team. 6 weeks to go, I had a back problem. Yeah, so I went to Germany, hurt my back, and I came home early, and my morale was really low, and it was just this feeling of, this might not happen now. And thankfully managed to get my back in order, got to the holding camp in Wales, and then got asked if I wanted to carry the flag for the opening ceremony, which was, just never expected that at all, and an amazing honour. And that feeling of carrying the flag, walking into the stadium, and then David Bowie heroes coming on, and then there's all these confetti cannons going off, the crowd, the noise. I remember just walking in there thinking, I've been chosen to lead British team in at home Olympics. This is a moment which all the hard work, all the tough times, this has made it worthwhile. No matter what happens now in the Olympics, this has been worth it. And then it took the pressure off me because I thought, well, I've got something from these games before we even started. Yeah. And then from then on it was a dream really. To finish off. In answer to your question, the initial question, a long answer is London 2012. The final one, the Kieran in London was it was even better than Athens. That finale, to the nature of the event, it's such a lottery. There's so many things that can go right and go wrong. It was properly nail-biting as well. I almost half lap to go. The German rider almost passed me. If he completely overlapped the wheel, he would have taken the lead. I'd have been second or third or fourth. But I hung on, and the noise again there, the feeling of sort of finishing your Olympic career with a gold medal, and standing up at the podium. I was behind the podium, looking out on a sort of sea of faces like this, and it was the end of the Olympic programme. So there were no more events. All the foreign riders, the different teams, all the coaches and the mechanics had all gathered in front, and you can pick out all these faces, and you can see all the folk. The coaches are the guys that you'd raced against for years, and some of your rivals and your own team. And then it just dawned on me that this is the end of the journey. This is the last Olympics you're going to go to, and it was just that sudden feeling of this is it. And then this massive lump in my throat appeared, and I was like, oh God, I've not even got onto the podium to get the medal yet, and already I'm struggling. And it was just this, it was a blubbering wreck. I could barely see, but it was the flowers. It was the allergies to the flowers.
But that shows how much it means to you. You're human, and you love what you do, and it means that you put so much work into it. So
I think that's what you want to see. You want to see athletes, or it doesn't matter what you do, you want to see people caring and enjoying what they're doing, whether they're singing or dancing or performing or in sport, no matter what it is. You want to know that they love it, and you want to know that they care about it, because it only really matters if they care about it themselves. So yeah, I think, you know, you couldn't work that hard and not care about it. You know, you couldn't do it for so many years and not love it and not care what you did. And so yeah, I was very, very lucky, and that was a hell of a send-off. Yeah.
So you knew then that you were coming to the end?
I think physically, you know, I was 36 in London, and no matter what, you know, you tell yourself, and you know, well, it's just a number, your age, and you know, it's, you know, one step at a time, I'll get there, and you know, literally from every race I had from Athens, so 2004 until 2012, whenever you underperformed, the first question of the journalist was, so you know, I mean, have you seen the best of you? Is this, you know, you're getting on a bit now, you're in your late 20s, your early 30s. And it was, well, no, it's a natural question, because there were so few people, like nobody in sprinting tends to perform well in their late 20s or early 30s. So my old teammate Jamie Staff, he was an inspiration to me, because he got a gold medal in Beijing age 35. So I thought, well, if Jamie can do it, maybe I can do it too. And yeah, I guess it was just that feeling of, let's get to London, let's get to the Olympics and make a decision afterwards. But as soon as I got back into training after a break, my body was, you could just tell I was not dealing with the training. I was picking up injuries more and more frequently, the recovery was taking longer. And I had this choice to make: do I try and, you know, scrabble it together, make it to Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games, but potentially not be, you know, going that well? And the standard was so high, you can't turn up with anything other than everything, you know, 100% form. And it was just this tough decision, and I thought, you know what, I'd rather go there and enjoy it and be there as a spectator and be there to enjoy everything and see more than just the velodrome, because as an athlete you focus on yourself and you focus on your sport. So I got to be a chieftain of the village for one day. I got to go around and take visitors around the Olympic village, and I got to do, you know, the punditry and the commentary from BBC and just enjoy the games. And I was, in the end, I was actually really glad I did. You know, I didn't think I would feel that way in the first night of competition. I was really missing it, but by the end I think it was the right choice.